Area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Here we go. Back to pass. I couldn't even. That's it. I couldn't score. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Alert, alert.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. And that's going to be intercepted. Taken by the Pro Bowler, Eric Weddle. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Eric Weddle's one of my favorite players in the league, Brandon. A guy that always seems to be in the right place at the right time, making a play on the football. And he has excellent hands, as we just saw there.
58.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Check that. That's my 52 right here. Wild Bill.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Rodgers. Robinson's got it. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
No, 258. Let's go, G. Right. 258.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal.
Check nickel.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Cook. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Cook. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Watson on 3rd down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They run. Cook. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 5 now. Watson trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a run with Cook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
And the Lions 1st down.
Back to throw, Watson. And this is caught by Evans. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
1st down, Lions.
Set. 51. Here we go. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. 59.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll look to run with Ingram. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll run for it with Cook. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the 2nd try.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got Edelman for the 1st time. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at their 48-yard line.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Throwing is Rodgers. It's complete to Robinson. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Kareem Hunt. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Watson. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. To throw is Watson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders. As the first half is winding down, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
Go! 59! 59!
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Mixon with a first down carry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
318. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And it's a fumble. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. Shoves him aside. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the third quarter's not been a whole lot of fun for him. A couple of interceptions thrown. He seems to be a different man here in the second half.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They run it again with Cook. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
They're going for it. It's Watson into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got deep third.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's just me and you.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers again now. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Back at the 29-yard line.
319. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Going for it all. Touchdown, Packers! Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
This will be taken short. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 19-yard line.
Reset. Committee. 21. Check my 21. Watch the curve. Watch the curve. What? 31. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught at the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Watson. Yeah, he's got it. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it, it's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why I ended up having to go up one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And instead of a looming overtime, things have changed dramatically. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Able to fight through 1 tackle. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
26 Mike, 26 Mike, pick me up. Go, go. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. right, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Robinson with a big catch. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. On first down, punt. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this one boiled down in the end, Charles, to simply too much Aaron Rodgers.
We've seen this many times before, haven't we? And I'm sure we'll see it again in the future. Extreme confidence in his abilities. Extreme confidence in his teammates. Never thinks a game is out of reach because his right arm can equalize anything a defense can put out there.
So for the Packers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants. This is taken about 7 yards deep. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 31, check 31.
Jackson. Pass incomplete. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
And as we all know, in 2018, the New York Giants used the number 2 overall selection to select this running back, Saquon Barkley, and he did not disappoint. A lot of people thought they should take a quarterback, but when a guy gives you 2,028 yards from scrimmage, the most in the NFL, and not only is he Rookie of the Year, but first-team All-Pro, I think that's a wise draft choice.
Mahomes now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Able to power through. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin White came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Hill on the return. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And avoids the contact by sliding. We're scoreless after 1. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Kamara takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Number 41, Alvin Kamara, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Emerson Griffin. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Tighten up. Bang, 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 bang. 66. Bullet high. Check out route.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
It's now 3rd and goal.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown ground as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A strong running. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 2nd and 2, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 54 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams, just a deadly combination, and we see why right there.
And we've seen it develop over the years because when Davante Adams first joined the Packers, he had to earn the trust of the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. He has it in a big way now. He'll throw it to him long, he'll throw it to him short, but he always expects a big play to result.
Adams, former second-round pick out of Fresno State, plays like a first-round pick in the NFL. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
No gain on the play there, second down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Throwing on second down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he slides to avoid the hit. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go, D. Chance. Go. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will do it for this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say not get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. And that's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. On first down, Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of 2 there, second down. On second and 12, Rodgers. That's complete to Robinson. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third.
Hey, team 6.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get...
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Jump out! Come get some. Hey, echo! Come get some. Here, one. We're going to do that.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. The quick slant caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal. Here's Rodgers. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it second and goal.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
Hey, high 7.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Nothing separating these 2 teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Everyone's got 4 down. 50. 45. Hey, 2. Hey, take 26. 61, matchbox light.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. Buying time to his left. It's complete to Robinson. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. To throw is Rodgers. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Tie game, fourth quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards the pickup there.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Rodgers now on first down. And he completes it to Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Short game, last two plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Rodgers to throw. And Adams has it complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Rodgers going to go on fourth down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. This from 52, and this for the win. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight as the Packers have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left. Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready. Go to base. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike 51. Shit.
From the 27, Murray. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Slam. 6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Murray now to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Murray with a 3rd and long. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Let's go, defense.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Second and 7 at the 11-yard line.
54.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. And there defensively, Patrick Peterson showing why he's so tough, man on man.
So quick, so agile, just essentially gets into the hip pocket of the receiver and just stays right with him each and every time it appears. And on this one, in man coverage, that one really didn't have a chance. He's able to knock it away.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. On 2nd and 7, Murray trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Past the 20, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to be intercepted. Taken by the Pro Bowler, Eric Weddle. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, 626. Right there. 54, right Sally, don't let Sally. Hey, I'm coming.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Murray now on 1st down. And Walker has it. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Packers' 27-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You ain't got nothing. Switch. Hey, 88. Look at this.
Now Rodgers. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Joe Mixon. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Once again, they run with Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. The 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd and 10, Murray. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, and I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. This is Johnson. He's got it. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Prater, and that will get them one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Too little, cut. Watch the safety.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
But they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hey, check.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Blue 58. Right here. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. It's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. He's going to field this at the 4. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down, Minnesota.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, he's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Check up. Mike 21, check Mike 21. Me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21.
To throw on 3rd down. Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Murray. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I smell passion. Hey, I smell fear in that offense. Tight dog, tight.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again, Murray. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Prater for the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We're taking wins home.
Now Rodgers. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
58. 55, Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. It's south, baby. That's baby south.
Rodgers going to throw. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
A game of 19 yards. First down, Vikings.
Watch the slap.
Murray now on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. John Ross, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And that's caught inside the 30. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. 1st down, Murray. Jones has it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Shotgun now from Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Murray now. And that's going to be intercepted. Taken by the Pro Bowler, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now.
And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Let's go. Do it.
George Kittle. A gain on the play. 1st down, Vikings.
Murray now on 1st down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Prater, and that will get him one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the up men will take it down. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is Mixon. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now it's Mixon running right. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here we go,
From the gun on 3rd down. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Green Bay, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.